Okay. So have you got any questions for me before we head out?
I don't think so. Pretty much what I did is I converted my pitch that I returned into my PowerPoint here.
Excellent. Yeah.
I can get, although I didn't realize the computer I'm on is this isn't actually PowerPoint. This is kind of like a knockoff. So I'm trying to
Sure.
see if I can get it. There we go. I think that's the button I'm looking for right there.
Ah, okay.
All right, so go whenever.
Go ahead.
All right, so this is my title slide. Obviously, it's got my name on it, as you know. Let's see if I can. Well,
Hmm.
it's like not wanting to go to the next slide.
Okay. I can't help you much because I'm not.
There we go. Okay.
Ah,
So I went ahead and put the entire concept statement on here. I won't read it all to you.
sure.
Yeah, the major goal was what my family's really into and what I wanted to do in my restaurant was all comfort foods and casual dining. That's pretty much the world I live in. So,
Sure.
and also my family's really into civil discourse. That's the political idea of the restaurant. So the
Uh-huh.
idea is it's supposed to be a open, inviting place for civil discourse with a Southern style steak potatoes kind of place.
Sounds good.
And in the mission statement, to serve all who come through the doors and treat them like family. Once again, that's pretty much the idea of Southern hospitality right there.
Excellent. Yeah.
And this would be a little bit easier with probably if Bush was president at the time because he's actually from Texas, where a lot of my family is. So they got real Southern hospitality in that. All right, so for my fake location, I guess, or my real location, depending on how you look at it, I picked Stillwater, Oklahoma. It's one of the most down home country American places in all of America that you'll ever find. I don't know if you've ever been there. It's home of Oklahoma State University and home of Garth Brooks. So you've got your country music star that actually his house is right off the campus where he grew up. And you got
Wow.
Oklahoma State University, which is going to be a huge, huge business boom because you've got thousands of students right there in the heart of Stillwater. And Stillwater is about this. It's probably about half the size of Springfield here where I live, so you've got a lot more concentration of business.
Okay.
And as well as I chose it because it was a real darn home American place. I personally love to visit there. I'm a big Oklahoma State fan in myself.
Huh?
And one of the things it asked was where is the building going to be? It's going to be at ground level. It's a small town, so you don't have a lot of double, triple, etc. level buildings. So we decided to keep it on the ground level.
Sure. Well, that's good for when the tornadoes come by.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I don't know if Stillwater's been hit bad, but I know that it happens a lot. So,
Sure.
all right. And then the design of the building, just kind of in the true red, white, and blue design. We decided to do the walls, and we're going to do the fat heads. I don't know if you're familiar with that. They're the big, high duty, heavy quality stickers that you can put on walls of pretty much anything. You can
Oh,
custom make them, you can print them. That way we don't have to put posters.
I think I've seen some of those on cars, maybe.
Yep, they do those too. And then I'm a big fan of natural lighting, so I decided I'm going to do a big glass window right in front of the front wall. We're not going to have a lot of windows necessarily throughout the place, but right in the front wall there'll be a lot of natural light that way. To go along with the southern style, I'm going to do the big rustic tables. I'll go into a little bit more on that later in the presentation, but it's going to be more of a kind of barn feeling as a lot of restaurants around where I live. I don't know if you've ever visited Springfield before.
I haven't. No.
Really? Okay, so yeah. So I don't know if you know what Lambert's is, but we're home of Lambert's, which is the #1 southern rustic restaurant in probably the entire
Oh,
country.
I've heard of it.
But there's a few across the country. We've got one here in Ozark.
Okay.
And then just for fun, the napkins are going to have the Trump campaign slogan, in whatever that may be. Make America Great Again, the 2020 Trump. And the reason I picked 2020 Trump just because that is the reelection year, and I think it'll be his last term to be able to be running. So I just kind of went with the fun name.
Sure.
Like I said before, bright lighting with natural lighting. You don't want a place that people come and they feel gray and down. So we're going to go with the natural lighting, and it's going to hopefully encourage a civil discourse because that's what I'm all about. Not really into the whole yelling, screaming matches or screaming children, that is.
Well, you must have some kind of indoor lights for the 24/7.
Sure. Yeah, we'll have lights from the ceiling, but I want to base it around natural light, kind of like I do in my own personal home. I have
Uh-huh.
lights inside, but they're off for most of the day until the lights go out.
That's good.
Menu. So I kind of thought about this a little bit. For the appetizer, I just made fun names and I kind of tried to describe what we were looking at. I'd asked for the appetizer, so we did individual pizzas, and I like New York style myself.
Uh-huh.
I like to mix it up. So I went with New York style. Obviously, that's where the big Trump Tower is, so that is another influence. And a 3-cheese pizza, can't beat it. I spelled cheese wrong. That's my bad.
Oh, that's okay.
Kind of picked my personal favorite. You'll see the fun names. We did broccoli and cheese soup because that's a pretty much can't beat anything more American than cheese.
True.
You got chicken salad is your salad. My favorite, chicken fried democracy. You can't beat chicken fried anything in a southern restaurant.
Okay.
That's your main goal right there. That's what you're going to most of in a southern restaurant. And then that's my picture. You got pizza alla mode. You're going to do an apple pie with ice cream on top. Basic, most American beverage in all the world is Coca-Cola. I think anyone can probably not debate that out. And then to do something really weird for our signature item, we went with the pizza crusted. I think I put cat livers, but it's supposed to be chicken livers. Oops.
Oh my goodness. Well, I wondered about that when I read your Word file.
Well, it was supposed to be more of a shock value thing, as you know, our president's pretty good at.
Sure. Very good point. I was thinking maybe over in Vietnam they might actually eat chicken crusted cat livers or something.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
Wow. Employee uniform. So I put the picture of him. That's kind of what we'll go with. It's going to be 3-piece black suit, red tie. I went ahead with the black vest as well, just kind of the tie it all together. He didn't have the black vest on in the picture. White shirt, red tie. That's kind of his traditional look.
Yeah.
And I went to Trump president actually came to Springfield here a couple weeks ago, or months ago, I guess at this point.
Oh.
And I didn't get to go in myself, but he can pretty much red is the color that people that are coming to his rally. It's just everywhere, red. So we thought maybe might as well go with a little bit of red tie, but you don't want to wear too much red in a restaurant because that's kind of a tactful color. And then for fun, I thought I would throw in there something that's non-slip is black Crocs. You never see black Crocs in a restaurant, so I went with something kind of unique. And
what are you talking about? Shoes or?
Yeah, black. All restaurant people, I don't know how often you've ever worked in a place like that, have to wear non-slip shoes.
Yeah.
And so Crocs fit into that. So also it's just kind of a funny thing to have on there. And,
well, I wonder what Donald wears.
I think he wears probably very, very expensive shoes. I would guess, but I don't think we'd want to wear those in a restaurant, getting them all trashed.
Right.
Because I've worked in many a restaurant, and those shoes don't come out clean.
Yeah, that's true. So will they have like blonde wigs if they need them?
No, I didn't go with that.
No. Okay.
Yeah, I thought maybe a wig would be a little bit dirty.
Yeah.
Hours and land. I like the 24/7, 364 days. So obviously, I think the one we're gonna take off is probably Christmas.
Right.
That's how most of my businesses work. As well as here in Springfield, we have Southern Comfort Donuts called Hertz Donuts, and they are open the same amount of hours, and they're one of the most successful places here in town.
Wow.
For fun, like I said, the seating is 100 people, 4 tables of 25. And I didn't have a rustic view of what I'm talking about, but I put that table on there to kind of get an idea.
Okay.
It's supposed to be like the Southern Cafeteria. We had one here. It just recently closed down. That was a similar concept. And the idea is you're going to meet new people that way. Instead of just sitting with your party. So some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. I know like some people in my family would love it. Some people would hate it just depending on which ones are the introverts, which ones are the extroverts.
Okay.
So that was the idea there. It'll be kind of a long drawn out building, more from front to back than side to side. And that way we have a little bit of room, but you also, and if the business isn't super busy that day, you can still sit by yourself if you chose to do it, if you found a table that had a little bit of space away from someone. And we have the dining area makes up most of the establishment because that's what we're focusing on. We don't have all the weird extras here, there, and everywhere. We try to focus on the getting to meet people and getting to eat good food.
Okay.
I couldn't find anything that I wanted for the 24/7, so I decided that would be the design of our coffee mugs there.
Great. Those are nice.
I think those are probably custom made by someone.
Yeah.
All right, so my closing, I really, like I said, I'm really not some huge President Trump supporter. I just think it's fun. Politics are an important thing to a certain extent that people need to discuss. So I thought it'd be fun to have a restaurant based around our president and in the heart of America, where people can come and they can discuss whatever they want to feel. They should feel comfortable to discuss anything they want without feeling attacked. Free speech is our First Amendment right in America, or constitutional right. And I'm a big proponent of such. And so I decided to design this restaurant for something fun, new, different. We can come discuss politics if you like, because a lot of people also want to avoid that in public. So we want to almost encourage it here.
Okay.
I think that is my last slide.
Excellent. Excellent. This is a really exciting concept. I have a couple of questions. Do you plan to have any music?
Man, I haven't thought about that.
If there's going to be a lot of conversation, you'd want it to be pretty low. You wouldn't want jukeboxes or anything.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of loud music in restaurants myself. Also, something with music is if you play a radio, if you play Amazon Prime Music, if you play Spotify, you have to pay for the rights of that.
Yeah.
I would do if I owned this restaurant. I would probably do like a little bit of what I would call copyright or royalty-free jazz. Very quiet,
okay.
Over the speakers. That's kind of what my concept would have been. I didn't even think about throwing that in there.
What about like TVs, like a sports bar kind of thing?
No, I don't like TVs in restaurants myself.
Okay.
So I would include those in there because I feel like they're a waste. Unless you're specifically watching a certain game, it's just like background, expensive. TVs aren't cheap, and then you have to pay for the service on the TV. So you kind of just have them laying around like expensive picture frames.
Yeah. I guess you could have monitors with tweets scrolling across them.
Yeah. What they did at his campaign, that wouldn't be a bad idea. What they did at his campaign trail is they would bring in this truck that had a huge screen on it, and they would watch footage of when he won presidency and stuff like that, and get everyone riled up.
Cool.
So that wouldn't be a bad choice to maybe have one or two TVs just kind of playing more specifically store items. That would be
sure.
Would be a.
So, what if Trump loses in 2020? What happens to your restaurant?
Well, we can always adjust the name if need be, but the idea is that was part of his campaign slogan was the Trump 2020 and all that stuff. So it's still valid that he is running, and if we decided we wanted to make it just Trump 2016 or something, we can adjust the name if need be.
Okay. Do you plan to have anything for kids? It's a family restaurant. Do you have any
like a kids menu?
Well, kids menu, yeah. Maybe placemats that they could color in or something.
Yeah. I mean, I hadn't. Let me see where I put my. So the idea is there's like these different buttons and flags.
Oh yeah, okay, sure.
And so stuff like that.
Well, they could have Trump hats, those straw hat kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'm sure there would be the kids menu. I didn't have the kids menu on my menu design since I only had one item for each thing. But to put something on there with the kids menu with like a coloring is always fun.
Sure.
Something I didn't really want to do is some places do is they put like the paper tablecloth so you can draw all over the table. That's always fun. But yeah, I'd probably just more of do a kids menu that had some activities on it.
Sure.
But it's kind of, I don't know, it's a family-friendly place, but I feel like it's almost designed more for adults.
Right. Let's see. Well, I was going to ask, do you think that the theme might invite rallies and things like that? I guess most of the people in the town are probably pro-Trump, but if I could imagine if a restaurant like that opened out here on the West Coast, it'd be the windows would all be broken out by, Democrats and progressives and things like that. Yeah, I wouldn't want to have rallies like they had in Charleston.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
people gathering out in front and causing trouble.
I wouldn't think it'd be like you said a big part. It's not a
Sure.
big town, and if people want to do it, they want to do it. I don't see this being an area of a lot of violent nature in the past.
Right. I think it'd be a lot more fun
Right,
than political.
right. That's kind of the goal.
So what about prices? I guess you could bring in Trump economic things when you set your prices. You know, you could have we're having a weekly tax rebate or something like that. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah. Well, in every southern down home place I've ever been to, the prices are kind of the same across the board. It's always more of an affordable to mid rate.
uh-huh.
So that was kind of the goal. Nothing really expensive, nothing crazy outrageous.
Sure.
For the mid level, and that would be kind of fun to do different themes on, yeah, like you said, deals and stuff based on tax reform. Or
Okay.
you know, he does have the crazy stock market highs.
Sure, sure. You could have tariffs on something. um, let me think. Well, I think that was all the questions I had. This is a really exciting concept. It's different, that's for sure. Um,
That's always my goal.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, you've succeeded here. Now, can you make this presentation? Can you submit it somewhere, or
I should be able to. I think if I save it and
just save it as any kind of file, and then you could either probably submit it to the same assignment that you submitted although actually I think there is a presentation assignment that you could submit it to.
okay.
There's a delivery assignment. So, well, that's all I had. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
It's
I'm glad I got it to work because this presentation slide software is something I'm new to.
oh, well, you've done a great job. Of course, Trump is very photogenic, you know, and you got lots of pictures of him, and you put them together very well.
Yeah, well, thank you. I like doing PowerPoints.
Good.
It's
Okay.
many of PowerPoints. This is just this Keynote or whatever the software was.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was pretty similar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. I'll stop the recording here.